This week I wanted to learn a few pen spinning tricks, and I decided to start with the thumb around. The theory is pretty simple, and it consists in spinning a pen around your thumb and catching it when it arrives at an initial point. So we need to hold the pen between index finger, middle finger and thumb. At this point we pull the middle finger inwards, and this should cause the pen to start turning around your thumb. And even if it seems pretty easy, when I started trying, I kept throwing the pen in many different weird directions. No matter what, the pen kept falling in some way before I could catch it. Then I kept trying, and after a while I understood that the amount of force with which you move the middle finger is the basis of the thumb around. Too much force causes the pen to fly away. With too little force, the pen doesn't make it all the way around the thumb. After we bring the middle finger inwards, we also need to move the index finger out of the way to prevent it blocking the spinning movement of the pen. I was slowly but constantly getting better, and after about 15 minutes I got my first thumb around. And then I got the second one. Yes! And after another 20 minutes of practice, I was getting it consistently. The key here is the positioning of the fingers. If you put them too high, the pen will spin too much. If you put them too low, the pen won't spin enough. But by putting my fingers right in the middle of the pen, I started getting comfortable with the movement. And then it also became pretty relaxing. I also tried with different pens, and I think that with longer and heavier objects, it's definitely easier to practice. The second trick I wanted to learn is the charge. We start by holding the pen between middle finger and index finger. The very tip of the pen needs to stay in this area at the bottom of your thumb. And by extending your middle finger and index finger outwards, you release the tip of the pen, causing it to snap off. If at this point you don't do anything, the pen will just fall. So to make the pen spin, we need to move the first finger slightly outwards, causing the pen to change direction and go in the opposite way. At this point, by curling the first finger, you cause the pen to return to the initial position. And even with this second trick, the theory was pretty simple, so I thought I was gonna get it immediately. But when I started trying, my fingers were totally confused. In the beginning, my movement was really mechanic and highly exaggerated, and the spin of the pen was not fluid at all. So I kept practicing over and over again. But after about 20 minutes, I was still using a lot of finger motion to try making the pen spin the right way. The good thing is that it's pretty easy to practice pen spinning. You can keep trying basically everywhere. And I kept trying a lot. Then after about 45 minutes, suddenly, it simply clicked. I realized that I was applying a lot of tension to the pen, causing the movement to be mechanic. But then I understood that the more relaxed your fingers are, the more fluid is gonna be the spin. I kept trying, and finally, after about 1 hour, I could barely see my fingers move, and the pen was following a circular path while spinning. So I learned the thumb around, the charge, and then I wanted to learn the finger pass. This trick consists in passing the pen from the index finger to the pinky by making it rotate between the fingers. But when I first started trying, my movement was absolutely terrible. So, following the theory, we position the pen between the first knuckles of the index finger and the middle finger. Then we push the two fingers towards each other, applying tension to the pen and bringing the index finger down. When the pen gets in a vertical position, we catch it with the ring finger and we release the index finger. Then we put tension between the middle finger and the ring finger, and we repeat the same thing between the ring finger and the pinky. Once we are in this position, we roll back the pen again using the same motion. We catch the pen with the middle finger and we go back to the original position. So I kept practicing, but this time I found really hard getting fast progress. After 40 minutes, the trick wasn't looking smooth, but through practice I understood a few things that I could improve. The positioning of the pen is really important. You need to keep it between the external knuckles of your fingers and not close to the palm. This way, your fingers won't block the pen while it's rotating. It's also easier if you curl your fingers instead of keeping them straight. This allows you to move them faster during the trick. The hardest part is passing the pen from the ring finger to the pinky. But after a while, I was getting better and I understood the right pressure to apply with the fingers. If you put too much tension, the pen is gonna shake. If instead you don't apply enough pressure, you won't have a lot of control on the pass. And then it's all about practice to make it smooth. In the beginning it looked really bad, and slowly I got more fluid. It took me more than 3 hours this time, but at the end I was pretty happy with the result. It could probably get better with a mod, but it's already really fun. Pen spinning is fun and relaxing when you learn it, and I really believe you should give it a try. If you wanna get updates on the skills I'm learning, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you next week with a new skill.